So I'm going to just walk through the basic fundamentals of what this strategy is and what you need to be doing and what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. Okay, so essentially the main cardinal rule of the fight is do not eat while mining. Because if you eat while mining, it cancels your action and you have to basically wait a tick and then you have to start the action again and you lose a lot of time. However, you can eat during divination losslessly so long as you keybind your food. So keybind your food up with the eat food button and you should be good. You should only need around 8 pieces of food for this because you will not be taking any damage besides the mechanics. If you take autos, you will not be able to do this method properly. Okay, so the way you start the fight is stand here so that when you click a Flaren and then you will go ahead and start the fight, you will be right next to the crafting node and you can get started immediately. So essentially start the fight, click the crafting, get 25 fragments, and then you're going to surge dive to this moonstone conduit and repair it to full. This gives you enough moonstone shards to repair it to full and then move into position before the rocks fall and you can start the fight. Okay, so essentially we're going to start on the top right over here. We're going to only do the nodes beyond the barrier. We're not doing any of the nodes over here except when we're doing the waiting game during the heal. So don't worry too much about that, but keep in mind we're going to be focusing on the 4 big ones up beyond the barrier. So once you move into position, after repairing the conduit and repairing the gate, you are going to move to a specific tile that allows you to be right next to the rock when it falls. And this is where the invariance of this fight kind of comes into play. So essentially the 4 big rocks don't fall in a specific order. So you may get the rock you want to start first immediately, or you may get it last. And that dictates how many actions you will get for that first rock before you have to do your first move. And if it is the first rock, you will get 5. You will get the 5 full actions. If it is one of the last ones, you will get 4. So keep in mind. All right. So the first goal is to deplete the first rock, the bottom of the top right rocks. It's going to be the one furthest south. That's the one we're going to do first, and you should finish it during or before the first be gone. In which case, you will move when you get the be gone. You will move south of the gate to negate the full damage. That way you don't have to use too much food. And then you're going to basically use mobility abilities to get to the next rock, the top right rock, the most northern one. You will finish that rock by the time the Rotten Suffer happens. It will usually happen during the Rotten Suffer or just towards the end. The main thing is to make sure that if you are close to finishing it, you click the button that you do not get the minion mechanic, because that comes right after the Rotten Suffer. You don't want the minion mechanic because it wastes time and it kind of screws up your rotation for the left side. So make sure you get the button clicked off before you get the minions. Do your climb, get the full 25%, and then you will do the slam dunk, and then you will use mobility abilities very early to get back to Ixlaren to heal. While you are healing, there is a small node within the bounds of that healing circle. You will want to just do some div on it to get some XP while you're waiting for the big attack to hit you. Once the big attack hits you, your mobility abilities should ideally be off cooldown, and you will do a surge dive essentially from position to the top left rocks. I'll show you how to do that, but ideally it gets you right into place so that once you get past the barrier, there is an AoE mechanic that will spawn right when you get to your destination tile, and you can just move out of the way, and that's your first attack dodged, and you can get right onto the southern of the top left rocks. You will finish the southern of the top left rocks right after the Begone has ended. That's the first Begone. Keep in mind, because we did not repair the barrier, you will be taking full Begone damage, and that is a 5k. You have to resist the urge to eat during this, and make sure you dodge all of the autos in this side of the fight, or you will die. Okay, so yeah. Eat during the divination parts only. That's when you want to heal up. Ideally, because the Begone happens before you start the second of the top left rocks, you will just wait to eat until you get to the div part of that rock, and you will see me do that. The top left, the northern one, is the last rock, and you will ideally finish that one during or after the Rotten Suffer has ended. The main thing about this is that you need to click the button and finish the fight before the second Begone, because you do not have the HP to tank that Begone, and you will die. So make sure you get that button off after the Rotten Suffer has ended, and that second Begone has happened. Do your jumps and then finish the fight. If you don't tank any autos, you will only have to do 2 jumps and you should be done. However, if you do get an auto or 2, you can just go surge, dive back, finish that div node that you kind of started, grab some extra fragments, and then just finish the fight that way. All right, let's get into it. All right, start the fight. Collect 25. Surge, dive, repair the barrier. So this tile right here is where we're going to go right after we finish. Right here. All right, the rocks are going to drop. So I got a very slow rock, so I'm only going to get 4 actions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then make sure you top your stamina off. All right, we're gonna get the Begone. All right, we finished. Wait for it to come a little closer, and then dive. Okay. Try to move at the last possible moment. See, this is how it's going. Okay, click the button. I did not get minions, see? And you have time to finish. Okay? Alright, destroy that. Alright, so now I'm back. I'm just going to do the div node until I get the big hit and my mobility abilities come back on cooldown. So watch this. Okay, gonna get that. Start. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Do this. Alright, we're gonna get the Begone. Okay, so this is where I eat. This is where I spam food. Remember, it's lossless. Alright, so you're going to get the Rotten Suffer. Okay. Alright, we have plenty of time before the next Begone. Alright, and then click the button. You can click the button when you have like 1 health bar left on the rock, because you'll usually get it by the time the pillars spawn. And the fight's done. Low 3s. Did I get anything cool? No, I did not. Trash. Alright, yeah, that's it. And then you do that for 1,000 kills until you get your Dowser, and then you hate your life.